Alright, gang, welcome back to our Pioneer Challenge on Alone in the World. You join me, it's June, day 2. Obviously, it's going to stay June from here on out. Before we get started, I need to provide a quick and absolute much needed thank you to, I think, Biker Mouse, one of my subscribers, correctly mentioned the reason why that wasn't working. And the reason why it was not working, let me kind of give you show you. So when I looked at it originally, I saw this as wheat. So I put wheat in there, and I just glanced over that and thought it was wheat too, but it was actually barley. I don't have any barley in there. That's why it's not working right now. This one makes sense it's not working. We don't have any canola in there. But this one, we have everything we need in there, so it should be working. So that's the problem. We did not have any barley in there. We had wheat. Now, we have a little bit of barley. I just took it all out of the silo, as you saw. We're just going to go ahead and use all of it here. We're going to stick it all in there. We're going to need it anyway. So we'll put it all in there for the pigs, and they should actually start making food now. So this is good. This is what we needed. There you go. Now it's back to not being red. So, perfect. It'll start making food, and we can distribute the food, and it should go to the pigs, which is good, because they're not in bad shape, but they could use a little bit of food, so that's good. Chickens need a little bit of food as well, so we'll bring some food over to them. Jester's doing okay. He could use maybe a little bit of hay, just a little bit, probably. The base food's about where it finally needs to be at. Root crops are probably where they need about it as well, so... But how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. Things are good here. Things are good. All things considered. So today may be a relatively light day. What I do want to do, though, is at least begin part of Stage 2. I don't think we'll get the mill done today, but I do believe we will buy another plot of land today. Now, we have $160,000 at current. That's not quite enough to buy the plot that I want to buy. It's close, but it's not quite where we need to be at. To get that plot of land, we need, I think, another 15-ish thousand, something like that. So we might do a little tree work on camera. We haven't done some of that in a little while. I normally do it off camera just because I've said it many times before. I don't really think it's that great of content. But the plot of land we want is this one. It's 176, so we're about $16,000 short, almost exactly. Now, we could buy one of these other ones, like this one here, right? And we could buy it right now. We could buy that one. We could have bought that one a long time ago. Maybe we'll go back down there and take a look at it again really quick. But I still think this is going to be the one for me. But maybe we'll go down there and ride Jester down there and take a look at it one more time. Because we do need to ride Jester. So we're going to start off first with kind of combining this field, as I mentioned. I probably said, I think in the last episode, well, I don't know for sure I said that. I think I said that. That I would probably combine it off camera, but we'll just go ahead and do it now. Another thing we're going to do today is the silage should be ready to sell, so that will make us some money, and that's really how I think we're going to mostly get to being able to pay for that plot of land, and whatever is missing, if anything, we'll just do some tree work to take care of that. I'm going to get in real close here because this tree is going to cause some issues with the camera, so... Now, that's not perfect, but I'm going to say it's pretty good here. I'm just going to try to hit this little edge right here. You see this little edge sticking out? Perfect. Okay, turn that off. Realistically, I could just re-plow this up. Actually, as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to put a worker on just plowing this. Why not? Let's just have the worker plow it. Let me make sure that I turned off the create fields. I did. I'll just put a worker on this, doing this. As a matter of fact, we'll do the first, well... the first pass, we'll get past this tree first, and once we're past that tree, then we'll put it on the worker. Sure looks like I'm still creating a field. Sure looks like I'm still creating a field to me. I bet that's because I just put grass over top of it. That's probably what it is. Shoot, I wasted some money there. Well, oh well, we'll just go here to the end, and the worker should be fine then. They should go the other way. They should. So anyway, how's everybody doing? Like I said, I'm hoping you're doing well, so Things are good here. I've kind of figured out what we're going to do with the digestate. We talked about this before, right? And I looked, and there's nothing out there, so we're going to utilize another dryer, but it's not going to be the one that we've always, well, I say we've always, we almost always utilize in the other series, the other different series we're running. We've utilized that dryer a lot, so we're going to do a different one. We're going to try a different one out. I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know if it's going to be faster. Don't know if it's going to be slower. I truly have no idea, but it does do the same basic thing as the other dryer. It's just a different look. So we're going to go with it. Alright, so the worker should, let's just eyeball him for a second, make sure he does it the correct way here. He should come over here, turn around, and come back up this way. If he does, then we know we're good. Looks good to me. Okay, so we'll just jump out of here real quick. Let's go hop on Jester quickly here. And I will show you also what I'm talking about as far as... Uh-oh, I better wait. I better wait. Now he's in the house. I don't want that issue to happen again that we had earlier on. Alright, that'll work. So let's go take a look at that plot down there that's cheaper. It should be fine. I mean, I still want that one above us, so that's why I'm kind of, you know, hesitant on doing that and thinking I'm just going to wait, but... The root crops are making us a lot of money off of that. A lot of money. Things are good, though. We don't really have a whole lot as far as going to be ready to harvest in the next episode either, so we really need to get this second plot of land today, if at all possible. So it gives us some things to do, right? We can make some new fields on it, put some things down, etc., right? So I'm just going to kind of go through our crop, I think, here, and then hang a left, and pretty much we'll almost be there, so... We haven't done a whole lot over here, to be honest with you, as far as getting rid of the trees here. We really haven't had to, but... soon enough we're going to have to when we harvest this field, because we're going to expand it. Remember I talked about I wanted to expand it. Okay, there's an invisible wall there, clearly. I said I wanted to expand it, get rid... Oh my gosh, the invisible walls are brutal. The hit detection's terrible. Look at that. What are we doing here? What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh my goodness. That was terrible. But you kind of want to expand this field out, right? And try to, you know, square it off a little bit. Kind of square it off. It's not really going to be a square, but you get what I mean. Okay, so let's see if we can figure out where we're at here. We need to go to the right. Alright, this is part of the land here. So, very hilly. I think that's what I remember when we did our stroll through before. This section up here is not bad, but again, that's not really anything that we would own, excuse me. This is kind of this way right here. Yeah, that pretty much this way right here is kind of what we own. So there's some flat area here. All right, so there's a lot more flat area than I thought. There's just that big hill right there. Okay, it's not that bad. Perhaps we do go with it. It's not too bad. There's some trees here. The trees look like they're not really in an area that's that hilly either. So we could utilize that to our advantage, too. Not that I think we're really going to need a whole lot more trees, honestly, to finish this series. We're pretty close, I think, to the point where we can finish it pretty quickly. Stage 2 will be very quick. It's just a matter of money. Stage 3, a little bit more difficult, but it's not too bad, though. It's pretty much doing the same thing we've been doing, just get all of the animals, with the exception of another, not a secondary horse, and then just make a big farm. So the more I look at this, gang, the more I think we're going to go with it. That sounds crazy, I know, and really I wanted to connect him up there, but... Well, maybe I should wait and see what happens with the silage, but I don't really dislike it. I think I don't like that I can't make a full track over to here. I think that's the major issue. Whereas here, we absolutely could. Right? Let's get rid of the silage, and let's see where we end up money-wise. As a matter of fact, we're probably just going to take that silage and put it directly into the BGA. Why wouldn't I do that? That's going to be smarter. Why wouldn't I do that? That'll be faster and smarter. It's the Preserved Food Factory, by the way, it's chewing through that stuff. Look at that. Parsnips down to 41,000. Still a lot of carrots, but hey. Okay, so yeah, why wouldn't we just do the silage? Yeah. All right, let me get Jester back to his pen. We'll brush him down, all that good stuff, and we'll start getting the silage out. It should be ready. All right, we're back here. Let's just brush him off real quick, clean him up. All right, perfect. He's at 100%. He's good to go. No issues there. He still has plenty of water too. Yeah, plenty of water. So we're good there. One thing I do need to check that I have not checked. How is our... Oh, there's plenty of water. I was going to say, how's our multi-crop greenhouse doing? But there's plenty of water in there, so no issues there at all either. Now, let's go look at the silage pit. I think it's going to be ready. If it's not, it's going to be very close. It's not ready. Okay, 88%, so it's not quite there. Okay, well, then I guess what we're going to have to do then is take over for the worker and let some more time go past, right? We'll get the rest of this done. Looks like there's only one little strip left, unless he didn't go all the way, which I kind of expect that he doesn't, or he didn't go all the way, I should say. I bet he didn't. I bet he stopped when he saw that cut over that I made. But we'll find out, right? So I guess we'll get this portion done. A real quick time lapse here, but it won't take any time at all. I was considering making a field on that hill. I've talked about it before. I just don't think the harvester will be able to do... It could do some of it, but I think some of those hills are just too extreme to even attempt it. So, yeah, as much as I want to do it, I think I'm going to let it be. But let's get the rest of this field done, then maybe I'll do a quick few tree cuts and pull those into the wood chipper. See if we can get a little bit more money here while we wait on the silage, and then maybe we can utilize the silage for some other things for the new farm, right? Yeah, he didn't get all the way up here. Kind of what I expected. Let's take care of it. It'll be a very, very quick time lapse. I'll probably only do it at a 2x speed. Because otherwise it'll be like a 20-second time lapse. Well, I was gonna run this time lapse for a while, gang, but that I can't see anything. That's brutal. I don't know if I ever talked about this or not. I feel like I said something, but just in case I didn't, I also did a couple. I think it was 2 episodes ago, maybe, or I don't know. Maybe it was the last one. I don't recall anymore. But anyway, I upgraded the. I also upgraded the winch here. It's just a 1-step upgrade. It didn't cost that much to upgrade it, and doing so allows me to actually carry 3 trees, whereas before I could only get 2. So it just seemed like it was a smart investment at this point. And at that point, I kind of had the money. Well, not really, but you get what I mean. Like, I wanted to try to save the money for stage 2, but really I had the money. It wasn't something that was going to be a major issue, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. It was only like a $10,000 difference, something like that. It might have even been less than that. Okay. Let's try this again. Snap, snap. Snap. Perfect. So I went ahead and started putting the worker on as well, drilling that field that we kind of expanded, the old root crop field. It may not always be, but it likely will be our root crop field, right? Whenever we need the root crops, but right now we don't. I don't know if you noticed it or not, but I did have, I kept 4. Well, it's almost 4 full ones. I think it's like 96% or something like that. But I almost kept 4 full pallets of carrots, and they're underneath the cover, so they're fine. They can just stay in the harvester. They're fine. So whenever we run out of those, if we run out of those, we may not. Maybe we do. Then we can put some more root crops in. But for now, not that concerned about it. We'll put something else in that can help us as we move along here. Not that those couldn't, right? Because we put them in our production, and that certainly can help us. But you get what I mean. Hopefully. So I'm going to continue on here doing this. I'll probably get, I don't know, that's probably going to get us around 25,000 liters of wood chips, maybe 30,000, somewhere around there, probably 30,000. I'll carry on until I get closer to 70, 80,000 in there, and then I'll stop. I might even skip time a little bit, closer to 10 o'clock, unless we're already there, and then we'll see what kind of money we get out of it. Hopefully we get enough that we can buy that field behind us, because even though I do like that field, the more I looked at it, I still don't like the fact that I couldn't really connect them by a trail or a track of some sort. I really want to keep this series, well, the word I'm going to use probably is just annoy people, but I want to keep this series a little bit more tight-knit, where I have connections to everything I want to go to, so I'm not just driving around random areas that aren't mine, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it's kind of what I'm going for, I guess. Quick plug really quick. I've plugged it a few times, so I'm just going to plug it one more time, and if it's driving you crazy, I apologize, gang, but just finished playing through the deluxe remaster of Dead Rising. Man, that is a great game. I don't know if any of you are into that game or not. If you're just only into farming, just ignore the next 15-20 seconds, but man, I had a blast playing that game. They did a really, really good job with it, I think. I truly do. There certainly were a few glitches I ran into, or minor issues, but it wasn't anything to take away from the actual game itself. I think it's a fantastic game. So definitely look to pick that up if you haven't, and if you've never played it, go check out my other channel. Give it a follow, give it a watch. Went through the whole thing. There are multiple endings. We got the best ending right off the bat. Kind of because I've played it so much. When it first came out in 2006, man, I played the crap out of that game. That's all I played, basically, on the 360. That's literally like all I played for forever. Man, that game. So many memories in that game. But if you're into it, go check it out, man. It's good. It's real good. Now, some of you may know, some of you may not. I don't know. I'm a big, well, I don't know if I'd say a big collector. I have a very modest collection, in my opinion. It's a nice collection. Don't get me wrong, but it's modest. It's not. There are many people out on YouTube that have much grander, better ones than me, but I basically like physical copies, and physical copies are kind of leaning towards going out, right? Everything's going kind of to digital, which I get, but it sucks, man. It's sad. I really like the physical copies. Well, I shouldn't say that, but for most of my life, most of my entire gaming life, and I'm talking from the original Nintendo all the way to now, if I buy a game, unless it's absolutely atrocious, if I buy a game and I have even slight amount of fun with it, I normally keep it. I don't get rid of it. Now, there was a window, obviously, after, well, I guess during high school, college, all that, that time period where I made no money, and I really made no money outside of college for like a good 5-6 years, almost 7 years. The economy was bad, and I just didn't make any money. So, during that period, I think I did sell a few more games than I would really want to. I've tried to get some of those back over time, right? But yeah, I like having a physical copy. I enjoy having it. I like the artwork on them. It sucks. It's sad to me that we're almost at that point where it certainly feels like in the next 5 years, or maybe even less, could be 10 years, I guess, but we're going to be at a stage where physical copies are just not even something that developers even think about anymore. I'm ranting, gang. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm going to stop ranting. Let me get some more of this done. That's what I said I was going to do. Let me get some more of this done. All right, we're almost to 10 o'clock, gang. There should be enough there, I think, to get us to the point we need to be at. I chopped down more than I said I was going to chop down. I think we're closer around the 100,000, honestly, in there. As a matter of fact, I can figure that out real quick, as long as we get to it before the time flips over. 130,000 in there, so we should definitely get to the point we need to be at. I went ahead and put some sorghum in here. Oh, workers completed their task as well, so things are going good here. Just went ahead and did this so I can feed the chickens while we're here. Yeah, 197,000. Definitely enough to buy it. Alright, so there you go. So that's that. So let's go dump this back in there. I think the silage still isn't quite ready, I think. We'll look at it, but I'm pretty sure it's not ready still, so that ain't gonna work. We're gonna have to wait a little bit longer to get to that, so that's why we'll probably buy that plot of land, and we'll probably start sorting out what we're going to do, right? We've got to build a bigger, better farm. Let's see. 92%. So almost. It'll be ready probably by the time we're done doing everything else we plan to do. So here. What's out in the used market? We haven't looked at the used market. So it's skid steer. That's pretty nice. Don't really need that. Ooh, that cab is super nice, though. 425 horsepower. Are you kidding me? 581? Ooh, I'm very tempted to buy that, because we could then pretty much upgrade. We can keep the one trailer, but get rid of the other trailer. Buy a trailer for the semi here. That will speed things up of whenever we have to carry things back and forth between the two farm areas. Ooh, that might be coming home with us. And a subsoiler. Don't really care about that. But that one, $16,000. That's prime, baby. That is prime for the picking. Okay, so let's buy this plot of land. We said we were going to do it. Let's do it. 176. We're down to $21,160. So, it's not a lot of money to play with, but it is some. Now, we can't get the mill I want. The mill I want to put in is very, very expensive. I will show it to you. I'll also show you while we're here. Actually, as a matter of fact, we might be able to afford that. Maybe we do that, and then we can get the digestate moving over. Ooh, that's a good idea. It might break us as far as being completely broke, but that's a good idea. I'll have to look into that, too. But the mill I want to get to, before I get off tangent again. Here they are. These are the ones we're going to use. This is what we're going to use. It's 55,000, so never mind. I thought it was 20,000. It's 55,000, so that ain't going to work. We'll have to get some more money to get that one. But that's what we're going to utilize. Now, the mill I want... where are you, mill? I've got so many things downloaded in here. And the BGA stuff, it takes up so much space. So much space, but I can't get rid of it. It's way too useful. Here it is. $85,000. I really like this mill. Actually, as a matter of fact, this is probably my favorite mill. It's more so than this mill. I like this mill. But we don't have the money for it currently. So we'll have to get rid of some more trees to get to that point. But we're at stage 2. So this is exciting, gang. This is really exciting. I could go chop down some more trees quickly here and get to that point, but let's wait for the silage and see what we can do with the silage here. So I'm going to speed time up here, and when the silage is ready, we'll unload it, put it into the BGA, and we'll have to wait another hour and see what we get to. But other than that, we don't have anything else to do today besides mowing. That's the only other thing to do. So we've got 2 fields of soybeans here. I went ahead and put soybeans in here again because I just feel like we could use it. The next field we put something into, whatever it is, it's going to be oat. We still have plenty of oat, so I'm not that concerned about it. I mean, we've got 26,000 liters of oat. That's the reason why we don't have anything in there. But anyways, I'm going on a tangent again. I'm in a tangent mood today. Clearly, let me get this silage ready to go, and we'll start loading this up. All right, it's done. It actually took a lot longer than I expected. I thought it was only going to be like an hour or two. It was a lot longer. It's 2:21 right now, so that took way longer than I expected. But That's alright. So, let's go ahead and put this away here. I can actually turn this, well... I need to... I'm going to have to get the little bucket thing on this thing, because we're going to need it to open up that whole thing. Let me start opening this up, though. Here we go. Now I shouldn't need it anymore. It's just a matter of me getting... Where is the... There it is. I was going to say, where's the claws at? There they are. Let me put this trailer away. Let me get everything hooked up here. I'll get the John Deere hooked up to the pottinger there. We'll get the little tiny Massey Ferguson out, which we do need to upgrade that soon as well, but that's for another day. As a matter of fact, we're going to have to do some minor touch-ups here. I just noticed that the worker missed this section right here. Probably because I didn't line it up properly, but whatever. Alright, let's get this all set up. Alright, got the Massey Ferguson over here. It's probably going to be a little difficult for the Massey Ferguson to do this, but I made it kind of taller than I normally do. Yeah, he's already having issues. We might have to wait until I can... Well, we might get lucky. I was going to say we might have to wait until we can get rid of some more, but we might get lucky here. I can't get down there. Okay, we got it. Perfect. I was afraid we weren't going to be able to get it, but we did it. We did it, so... Now it's just a matter of us taking the loading wagon and running trips through there, picking it up, and taking it to the BGA. It's going to take a bit. It normally does. I'm just going to leave this here for right now. Now, I'm not sure how much we'll actually do on the second field or second plot of land this episode. May not be a whole lot, honestly. Might have to wait till the next episode before we really start on that, but we'll see. Come on, get some traction. There you go. So it won't take long with this one, right? Because we have such a massive loading wagon now. It really, it's not going to take long at all for this to be all picked up and put it in the BGA. And then it's just a matter of the BGA chewing through it. I don't know how long it's going to take. This one's pretty fast. We use this one a lot. A lot. So this shouldn't be a slow process. It might get through most of it before even 1500 hits, before 3 o'clock hits. I'm going to see if I can dump this with that trailer there. If not, I'll have to move it. But I'm hoping I can... Yes, perfect. I think it's still on, but let's just make sure that the trigger's on. It is not on, but it is now. Now, realistically, I probably should keep some of this silage. But I feel like we're going to put, you know, we're going to mow and put more silage in there. That's what I feel like, at least. That, or we will get some kind of production for it instead of utilizing this. I've talked about that too, right? We have one that we utilize a lot. I don't necessarily know if I want to utilize it again since we're already utilizing the PGA again, but I mean, I guess if it gets to a point where we're doing so much of it that it's taking forever, then that's the way to go. But it's all time-based, really, for me. With, you know, work and everything else, I really need to make sure that I'm doing stuff to utilize my time as best as I can, especially when we get a lot longer into some of these challenges where it takes me a long time to do an episode. Right? Like the Ohio Richland series now and other series, you know, prior before that. Well, even the campaign playthrough right now is taking forever because those fields are just so gigantic. But, you know, it's hard for me to do 2 episodes in a night when I have to do those because that's 3 hours of work normally. Not always, but normally. I mean, it's a lot of work. I'm talking about recording it and then editing it too. It's a lot of work. Why won't that go over there? What is wrong? What is the deal there? It's not even that big of a spot. What's the problem? What is the problem here? I don't understand. Let's get a running gun at it. I don't know what the problem was there, but it was not wanting to go up and over that patch. Now, can I put the silage in the silo? That's one thing to think about. I could put a little bit in there. I'm obviously going to put most of this in the BGA, but if I can put a little bit in the actual silo, why wouldn't I just put some in there just for safekeeping? Let me try it. Worst thing that happens is it doesn't work. It does work. Let's put some in there. I'm not going to put a ton, but let's put some in there. That could just help us in the future. That might be a smart play for me to do that. That'll work. Around half of what we had in there, in the actual loading wagon, is now in the silo. Oh, now I'm stuck. Great. Oh boy. Okay, there we go. So I thought this episode was going to end up being pretty short, but since we were able to do so much and accomplish so much, it actually might end up being a decent size, like a normal time period here. Maybe 10 minutes shorter than normal, but, you know, somewhere around there. But in any case, we're going to put the rest of the silage in here. We're going to wait until 3 o'clock, and we're going to see what kind of money we get from the silage. I think it's going to chew through most of it quickly. Well, maybe not. It's not really going through it as much as I thought. And we're not going to get a whole lot because the digestate's really where the moneymaker is on the BGA. I mean, we're getting stuff from the methane and the electric charge. I turned all of that back on selling, by the way. It's making us money. I'm fine. And that's how we're up to 24,000. It makes us money every hour. Okay, while we're waiting here, I just went ahead and touched up that spot there. I drove down to the other end to make sure that the worker didn't miss anything else. They didn't. So it's just that one little tiny spot. Now, I did check on our pig food production. It's not distributed in, or maybe it happens at the end of the night, I don't know, but it's not distributing anything to our pig pen. So, having said that, we need to make a little bit of a trip ourselves and do it ourselves here. I don't know why I just did a little loop-de-loop there, but I did. For some reason, I thought my trailer was over there, even though I literally just put it here. But we'll just gloss over that for a minute now. So let's go fill some of this up, and then we can drop it off at the pigs and do it that way. So there's 7,000 liters of pig food in there. It's out of potatoes, again, which kind of what we expected, right? You know, the actual greenhouse I put in, it's not a fast processed greenhouse, which I'm perfectly fine with. It doesn't need to be. Okay, so I can unload the stuff I put in here. That's even better. That's good to know. I don't know how much food they're going to actually need, so I just stopped it there. I don't know how much food they actually hold, so let's just drop some of this in there and we'll see how it goes. And then if it's not full, that's even better for us. We'll be able to tell between now and the next episode if it just transfers in the middle of the night or if it doesn't do it at all and we have to do it ourselves. Which, if we have to do it ourselves, that's not that big of a deal. That's why we put it so close. Okay, yeah, good. So it's not fully maxed out, so we'll find out pretty quickly here. Let's put that away. We're 1 minute here. It's not going to be a huge jump, because I just talked about, right, the digestate's really where you make your money. Yeah, just the 27,000. But hey, how much did it get through? Probably not that much. Yeah, not that much, actually. So it'll continue once we go overnight, because you get a lot of methane out of the silage, which is really where the money maker is, honestly. The digestate is, you don't make a whole lot of money unless you do the drying like I told you about, but the The methane you make good amount of money from. The electric charge can be good too, but you have to have a lot of electric charge to make money. So I think what we're going to do to end the episode, even though I said we probably would wait and not do it this one, we're going to sell a few more trees here. We're going to get the $55,000-ish, whatever it is, for the dryer. So that way we can actually have the digestate start drying and we can start making us some money. So that way, the next episode, we can probably start and finish. Well, we actually might even be able to do it today if we wait long enough. Actually, we might just do it today. It might be starting and completing stage 2 in the same episode. I think that would be a little eye catcher for the title there. At least for some of the guys that are doing this with us. Do a little show off, a little bit of showing off there. I shouldn't say that. I'm probably the worst one of all of us, but you gotta have fun, right? You gotta have fun with the game. Otherwise, why are you playing it? Let me knock down some more trees. All right, we got there, gang, and I put down the dryer already. Still have $12,462 left. We also skipped a little bit further. I should have digestate in here. Yep. So it's moving over now. The digestate's going. It's turning it into solid fertilizer. Things are going well. So now we just need to wait another hour here-ish, and we should start making some good money. So solid fertilizer. I don't know what it's going to sell for. I have no clue. Pretty good, right? Pretty good. It's a gold mine. Take a look at it. Now, June is technically the worst time to sell it, but it fluctuates about $120-ish, give or take. So, I'm not that concerned about it. It's going to make us a lot of money here, gang. It just has to chew through it. So, it's already 17. It's going to start, well, it's June, so it should stay light for a little bit longer. So, we've done a lot of skipping of time in this episode. Let's just skip some time again, and we'll see where we get to here in another hour or two. Game time hour or two. Alright, gang, had a little rest for a while. It's now 20:01, and we've got $88,000 to our name right now. That's a hell of a lot of money. It still has digestate as chewing through too, so that should be, I believe, enough to pay for our mill. Which, what that means is, with a little bit of modifying the time, I guess, we have successfully started and completed Phase 2, or Stage 2, I should say, in the exact same episode. Now, it's starting to get dark, so I got to make this decision pretty quickly here on where I want to put this. I don't really know exactly where to put it. Putting it right next to the other mill seems a little counterintuitive, right? I don't think that's probably the best place to put it. So, I kind of really need to make a choice here that makes the most sense. That's relatively flat, which means here, up here where we are, which I think is a little bit too close potentially, or back here, which I'm kind of leaning towards back here. It's pretty far away, and I'm kind of leaning towards making our whole yard over here, but I don't know. I mean, the yard extension kind of makes the most sense here, I think. Because then it's really close to everything else. So then you could just, you know, you can go over there if you need to. So maybe we do put it over here. Maybe we do put it over here, gang. I know I'm indecisive. Very indecisive. That's just me by nature. I like things to, you know, look good. Alright, it has gone dark, gang, but we have accomplished the goal. I put it relatively far away. I ended up finding a spot back here after I spent a little bit more time and it got a little darker. Really, really flat back here in the back corner. Well, I guess that's maybe just the back general. It's not really the back corner. I guess it kind of is the back corner. Back corner's really there. We're here against this tree line. But anyway, this whole area right in here is pretty flat. Seems like a really good spot to put that and to make the yard. And obviously we can make little sections of the yard extensions here, but that's what we went with. So there it is. Stage 2 complete in the exact same episode. with a little bit of time skipping, but we'll gloss over that. Technically, you skip time when you go from one episode to the next anyway. You go from one day to the next day, right? So we got that accomplished. I'm pretty proud of it. I'm pretty happy with it, gang, and we are moving on to stage 3. Now, between now and the next episode, you'll likely see me get this cab over. I probably will do a little woodworking, little forestry off camera between now and then. Might have to be doing it in the dark, but I'm still, regardless, probably going to do that. I got to do a little bit of some landscaping work around here as well. It's not too bad, but there's a few areas that I'd like to smooth out here, but relatively this is a pretty flat area, so it's not too bad. It actually looks pretty good, so... But yeah, we're going to leave it there, gang. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you're new. It's free. About the only free thing left in the world to do. So make sure you give that subscribe button a punch. Do the same thing for my other channel as well. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers there. I've got about 900 at the time of this recording. Very, very close. So I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll leave it there. Thanks so much. I'll catch you on the next one.